Good evening, folks. I want to really want to get down since Charlie Kirk's passing. I want to really hit ball at the ballpark here. There's been shootings and assassinations that really boggles the mind, man. From assassinations like JFK, RFK, MLK, Medgar Evers, Malcolm X, um, um, world leaders, assassinations behind world leaders, politicians, celebrities, the whole shebang, man. Also, the shootings like uh, the McDonald's shootings happened over 40 years ago, to school shootings like Columbine, Virginia Tech, Uvalde, Stoneman Douglas High School, Las Vegas. Assassinations of Lincoln, Garfield, Harding, um, and now this past few days ago, Charlie Kirk. Now there's been so many mysterious assassinations, mysterious shootings, and when it comes to assassinations, there's that question: motive, involvement, right? Motive, involvement. Um, the planning, person or persons behind it, and it's like when you look at Charlie Kirk's assassination. This one is definitely, um, it is definitely. I mean, like, fucking definitely. Uh, they'll be up there with the JFK assassination, the RK assassination, um, MLK, um, Harvey Milk, you know, um, because you know that Prince Duke Ferdinand, you know, and there are so many things around infamous events. infamous events that happened. And there are different types of shootings. You have your mass shootings, you have your street shootings. The list goes on and on and on. You know, there's a lot of shit going down post Charlie Kirk's death. Um, like, besides people getting fired, by the way, I think there's a lot of questions. Who's behind it? Who benefit from it? Who knew ahead of time? And who are the power players behind it? You know, because when you think about it, when you um, ask the important question, um, who's um, because somebody benefits behind these assassinations. Um, um, and the thing is, when you look at Charlie Kirk's death, okay, he went to Utah Valley University and went out there, had an event, a turning point event, to to answer questions, to have a conversation. And he got shot. He got killed for that. Um, that you look at these infamous events of assassinations, politicians, journalists, political figures, musicians, executives, all that shit. And somewhere, there's a planning, there's involvement, there's like involvement, the benefit, the planning, the organization, um, plot twist kind of thing. Now, when you look at the JFK assassination, it's political. It's political. Um, it's political, and since then, for years, we've been told, "Oh, Oswald did it. Oswald killed Kennedy. Oswald assassinated the president, which we all know that that wasn't the fact. The fact was, the plan was to make Oswald a patsy. That was their plan, you know. And when you think about, like Marilyn Monroe's death, it wasn't suicide. It was a murder. It was a murder because she knew stuff. She had that red diary. She was fucking Kennedy. She was fucking JFK and RFK. And and she learned a lot of things, and she wrote it in her diary. Now, after she died, they were trying to find that red diary. They were trying to find it. I mean, the thing is, where is the red diary? And now there's a lot of reasons behind everything, but the thing is, the issue behind it don't really make any sense. But it happens. But it happens, you know. And it's very questionable. I believe that very, very questionable. Um, the thing is, I mean, when you look at these events that happened over the last 62 years, you know, now the shootings like school shoot like shooting at Virginia Tech, uh, Columbine, allegedly at Sandy Hook, Las Vegas, Stillman Douglas High School, McDonald's, uh, back in the late, back in the mid '80s. Um, and most of the shootings are done by people that have some serious malfunction. And that, like, serious malfunction up here. Um, it's just that, um, I would say it really, now if you look at back in the '80s, right, from the early to all the way to the early '80s, the early '70s to the early '80s, there's a thing called the Satanic Panic, and it was heavy. It was fucking heavy, man. Like, seriously heavy. And you had musicians like Judas Priest, Ozzy Osbourne, right? Iron Maiden. Um, they got accused of their music being the reason, like kind of like Manson and Helter Skelter, that shit. There was a a case against Judas Priest and Ozzy Osbourne, and a lot of these Christian network TV fuckers thought it'd be good to do this back masking bullshit. Is there any subliminal messages in music like Stairway to Heaven, and where they played Stairway to Heaven backwards on the PTL, PTN, PTL, and they are or the 700 Club, and this dumb shit would had this machine and then play it backwards to find any subliminal message bullshit, and that's where the PMRC came along, those cunts, and because a lot of teens took their own lives because of the so-called masking of alleged horrific subliminal message and shit. Again, horrific subliminal messaging and shit. I grew up in the early '80s myself, but what with others, and Dungeons and Dragons was a game that came out in the early '70s, man, and it was a just a make believe game, man, that spans over 50 plus years, dude. Sure. I mean, it got so bad because of the satanic panic bullshit that Dungeons and Dragons teach you how to conjure up demons. Ooh. That one always made me laugh because on TV they say, well, Dungeons and Dragons teach you how to conjure demons and shoot fire out of your blowhole. I mean, it's really fucking stupid, dude. Like this mob, completely full of shit, sensationalizes its whole bullshit. You know, there was many kids that took their own lives. Any person with common sense would see she was full of shit. Guys, this one was full of shit. Maybe the reason is because her kid had mental health problems and playing the game helped him cope. Right now, when you look at the Virginia Tech shooting that happened twice in 1 year, 2004, '04, yeah, and you had these kids, college kids, just like dealing with some problems, and they thought maybe I'll feel good after I take out a few people, that kind of bullshit. And the thing is, Democrats try to politicize these shootings, assassinations as we need gun control. No, what we need is dumbass control. We need dumbasses to start breeding to create more dumbasses. That bullshit. But one of the shootings that happened Um, 2012. 2012 really got everybody just thinking this gotta be the stupidest shit ever seen, right? Now they're still questioning Sandy Hook to this day, and it's 2025, right? So there were red flags, so many red flags, man. And I came I came in from out back one day in 2012, and it was CNN. Breaking news: Sandy Hook Elementary got there was a shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary. And so I'm sitting there watching this, and I'm thinking, okay, what happened here? And right away, I started to see red flags, red flags, and thinking, yeah, CNN loves the total sensationalism and shit, bullshit. And so when more came out, right? The coroner said, "Now this is one of this was one of the red flags." Okay, the coroner said when it was asked, "Will the parents see the kids, see their children?" And he said, "No, absolutely not. No." And I'm thinking, why? They're not allowed to identify their kids. If there were any, then the police chief said nobody is allowed to investigate this. Nobody. So that means the local paper isn't allowed to investigate. So the local TV network isn't allowed to investigate. To investigate. Second red flag. Third red flag. The coroner resigned, then came back. Right now, one of the biggest red flags was uh, the shooter um, was already dead 2 days before the shooting happened. The alleged shooting happened, right? Because a lot of these things started. So look, red flags were all popping up, man. Like shit. You know, um, another one. Why was the police cars blocking entrance for an ambulance? Another red flag, right? So another red flag was Adam Lanza's mom was also deceased 2 days before the alleged shooting. Okay, what gives? Why was her car in the parking lot with her guns in the trunk? If her and her son were already deceased 2 days before the alleged shooting, why so many red flags then? Right? Why so many red flags? Then here's another one. The Lanza family home was demolished. Then after that, The school was demolished. Can somebody tell me that isn't a cover up? Tell me that isn't a cover up, right? Like, holy shit. Now we're seeing more shootings this year alone. But when you look at Sandy Hook, Virginia Virginia Tech twice in '04, I mean, there's been so many since 1999, right? There's been more shootings within the last 26 years since 1992. So I'm thinking Sandy Hook was bullshit, okay? Because this was the reason why they were suing Alex Jones, because he was getting close to the truth that Sandy Hook was bullshit. And we all know it was bullshit. You know, yes, there were crisis actors, man. You know, what the fuck, dude? Shit. But here's one that really would really this was 1985, 85, 86, and this was like somewhere in Southern California. This guy came in and starting to this was the mass shooting that happened at a McDonald's where it's now torn down, and in its place is a memorial, a memorial, and um, there were at least 15, 20 people that died. You know, and there were three bodies outside of it. Three, three boys, age 10 to 11, and the guy was like John List. He was dealing with some financial shit, and John List 53 years ago, um, he murdered his mom, his wife, his two sons, his daughter, and then went on the run for 18 years. Like, dude, you know, if you're having some issues like that, figure it out. Figure it out, you know. But the guy, he was dealing with some shit. He had a couple. He had three kids, you know, wife and three kids and shit. And he his first victim was a McDonald's cashier, you know, and the youngest victim was only 10 months old. 10 months old. Shit, like, dude, man, you know. And None of it makes sense, man. Like, dude, man, fuck. It never made any sense. Like, what's could the person have any mental health issues? A mental health, um, some kind of psychiatric moment here, man. Now, with Columbine, they blamed they blamed uh, Marilyn Manson. Like, why are you blaming this guy? It's his music. Like, like that will hold him in court. It's like they parents and government assholes. They advocates. They want to blame a simple small thing on why we need to protect the kids. The kids are fine. It's you guys that are fucked up. You guys are having your mental malfunction moment here. God damn it, shit. You know, like Virginia Tech. One of them, both of them had mental health issues and shit, and one of them was Asian. Like, really, dude? Like that's fucking rare. That's fucking rare, man. Like fucking rare, dude. Shit. You know, and he wore like this fatigue kind of thing and shit. He wore fatigues, bandana, all this shit. I'm like, yeah, this guy may have some problems, and and uh, and then that Tucson shooting, Jared Lautner, dude, who shot what's the name, Gabby Gifford, Gabby Gifford, you know, um, she's lucky to be alive. That shooting, that theater shooting, you know, where they were showing Batman, you know, I was the Dark Knight movie here in Aurora, Colorado, and that dude's that dude is in prison for life. He ain't getting out. He ain't getting out, man. His dad is an FBI guy, FBI agent in Aurora. Like shit. Like what the fuck, man? Like god dang, dude. And I mean all this shit, all this shit. Tucson, Aurora, Sandy, Columbine, Sandy Hook, Virginia Tech, um, Stillman Nichols High School. You know, that one in Parkland, Florida. That one is really funky, man. Really funky. I did a video of that back in 2018. 2018, man. Um, and because there's some things that really made no sense. And one of them was they arrested the brother, okay? Nick Cruz was 19. His brother was 18. Um, they arrested the brother at home, and they said that he was armed. FBI said he was armed. Now, my question, my thinking was Nick Cruz's brother already armed, or was he, or did the FBI plan it on him? And that video got pulled, like pulled, and it got pulled because I was asking the right questions, and it's like, something did not really add up on these events here, you know. Um, why did Nick Cruz do it? What made him do it? And this was the event that where David fucking Hogg, who was never really a witness there, he just saw it on TV. Hey, maybe if I become famous, I could bring my camera and ride my Huffy to the school and become famous, even though he didn't witness the thing. That motherfucker produced 4 videos. One of them exposed his stupid ass, you know, and um, now the thing is, whatever was the reason, I don't think anybody would ever know. Um, but 5 months prior was the Las Vegas shooting, that happened, and former chief of police, who's now governor of Nevada, used to be a police chief with the LVMPD, Las Vegas Metro Police Department. And somehow things were kind of hinky, you know, and that son of a bitch dealt with real estate scams and shit. Um, his wife was married to a developer who was stealing money, and there's a guy that had this course where if you wanted a license, a CCW license, and LVMPD shut it down. Not everybody a CCW. Yeah. Um, Now, one of the things is that the brother talked to the media, talked to people, talked to press, and the reason why you don't hear from him, because the thing is, he was pretty much blowing the lid and contradicting of what the media was saying, and so they arrested him and charged him with child pornography. Like, here's the shooter's, here's the guy's brother talking to the press, basically saying, hey, look, he wasn't a bad guy. He took care of people. No. Yeah, he gambled, but he still took care of people, and um, right after the second interview with with the press, he was gone. He was gone. Like, how come you don't hear from him? Like, shit. Laura Loomer. Oh, I love Laura Loomer. Oh man, I love her. she she really became a thorn in the side of the LVMPD chief. Like, really, just man. Oh man, she really. Oh man, she knew stuff before he fucking did. Before he, I mean, he got mad because she embarrassed him, and and that was funny. Like, dude, man. Um, and so shit. But there's been more assassinations in the last 5 years, 5 6 years, and most of them were under the Biden administration. Um, Lizzie, come on, Lizzie. And so I'm like, okay, there's been a state senator. There's been um, what was it a state assemblyman, a speaker. Um, there's at least was it 4 or 5 um, under the Biden administration. Um, and then here we got Charlie Kirk's assassination. Um, there's been so, I mean, it's crazy, man. It is so fucking nuts, dude. So insane, man. Let's see here. Let me see here. I mean, the thing is, the issue is here. There's some things about this Charlie Kirk's passing makes no sense. I mean, they keep popping up some new shit. You know, and all I'm gonna do is just kind of take a step back and kind of wondering if there's more that they're trying to push here. And because it makes no sense, man. It doesn't. You know, one there's one school shooting that happened, and it was the Boomtown Rats. Bob Geldof and the Boomtown Rats did a song back in 78, 79, and it became a video on MTV. It was called "I Hate Mondays," and Bob Geldof read this newspaper story of the 16-year-old girl had a rifle her dad gave her. Her dad gave her a rifle, and she was 16 years old. One Monday morning, She's on the balcony, and no, was it her balcony or her window? Um, she took the rifle that her dad gave her. Okay, this was like mid '70s, about mid late '70s when it happened. I'm thinking more like in the late '70s when it happened. 16 years old, and she was firing. She was picking off little kids at a grammar school from her house, and the one of the teacher, one of the faculty members started to see kids falling down to figure out why until he got hit. So, and she ended up what was it, killing nine, wounding. Was it wounding? I guess she killed nine and wounded what, eight, eight, eight. And she's serving life. What she's serving life, no parole. And she was asked, "Why'd you do it?" And this will haunt this haunted everybody. She said, "Because I hate Mondays." Because she hates Mondays. And if you listen to the song, if you listen to the song by the Boomtown Rats, it is haunting. It is a haunting song, man. I tell you. It's a very haunting song. Um, Harvey Milk's assassination. First openly gay city official. That right there was it broke down the it really started to break down the barrier for the LGB. Yeah, for the LGB. I will not add the T because the T is bullshit. Harvey Milk began breaking barriers for the LGB. And because of him, you're starting to see more lesbian, gay, and bisexual citizens serving in office. Um, you know, and he's an icon. He's an icon. Uh, Amanda Barris from Maryland Children. She's an icon. There's been so many shootings, shootings and assassinations. It is insane. It is really insane, man. Um, just absolutely insane, you know. And the guy that shot him was a former San Francisco police officer. He quit his job as a cop to work for City Hall. And when he left his office, when he quit that job, Harvey Milk got the job. And there's a place down Castro. There's like two cross streets where it has a rainbow crosswalk. Um, well, the guy walked in with a 38, snub nose, and he murdered he shot and killed the mayor Moscone and Harvey Milk because he didn't get his job back. He served 5 years, got out, took his own life, and there's a lot of, I mean, it's all in our minds, man, in the back of our minds with all these questions. They'll be sitting there for a very long time, a very long time, and very long time. You know, they like look at suicides, right? They want to blame music, music. You need God in your life. Suck my dick, kiss my ass, go fuck yourself. But the thing is, for years they blamed monster movies, comic books, and they tried to um they try to hold on to this. We're not gonna let you grow up. Why? You're you want to blame monster movies, right? Comic. What has comic books done to a child's mind? Nothing. Nothing. A comic book is a gateway to a child's imagination, man. And like, dude, video games, right? Video games. When Mortal Kombat came out, oh God forbid, Sub Zero pulls someone's head out of their spine. What the fuck is that shit? It's a game. It's a fucking video game. And then they try to tell parents, like, look, I get it. We, hey, I think it's great to have a rating system, not just on music, but games. I love it. I think it's good to have a system. I'm a gamer. We need these. We need this rating system for games, right? Not just movies, not just music, but also video games. Hey, not a bad idea. It's a good idea. My opinion, hell yeah. It's a good opinion, man. Hell yeah. Good idea. But the thing is, this Jack Thompson, this son of a bitch, this cocksucking motherfucker, thought, I'm gonna get GTA off the shelves. I'm gonna sue Rockstar. This guy got fucking disbarred. He was the equivalent of Justice McCarthy. right? He was the equivalent, the equivalent to uh, Jack McCarthy. And it's going to, Grand Theft Auto is going to cause kids to start shooting people. No, no, it's not. Kids cannot play GTA. Players 17 and up, not kids. Not kids. Don't give me that bullshit, man. You know, don't give me that bullshit. You know, I mean, if we all think, you know, to understand that a lot of this shit is being politicized, sensationalized by the media, and you got these dumbass people coming up with these dumbass groups to benefit, benefit, you know, from these um, incidents, you know, all these atrocities, man. You know, you look at again Columbine. You know, like why are they blaming Marilyn Manson? That dude canceled most of his shows, his concerts, because he keeps getting accused. You know, and um, what's his name? Bill O'Reilly blamed him. Why is your music killing kids, motherfucker? It it's not music. It's not rock and roll. It's not comic book. It's not monster movies. It's not video games. Okay, it's the person or persons themselves that have a mental malfunction. Okay, or dealing with shit at home where their mind is so fucked up, they start to act a certain way where all of a sudden they start to act out, you know, in a very weird, bizarre way. No, and um, like the guy in Vegas, you know, you had so many conspiracy theories on that shit. You had like Jason Aldean, right? Like they had this picture of a Jack and an Ace, meaning Jason Aldean. Like Jason Aldean was having a concert out there, a concert. That's it. You know, and there was a video of him stop singing. You saw what happened. Dude ran off stage, man. Everybody ran off stage, dude. Shit. You know, and look, nobody knows what happened. Nobody knows what caused, you know, the shit to happen, you know. 59 people died, 100 injured, man, you know. And there was this big old cover up. It's still a cover up 8 years later, you know, almost 8 years later, you know. And Like, dude, man, it's still covered up. You people wanting to know. I'll tell you right now, they're never going to know because LVMPD ain't going to tell them a fucking thing. LVMPD and the FBI branch in Vegas ain't going to tell anybody a fucking thing. They're going to pick up the rug and sweep it all under it because that's what the FBI does. They sweep shit under their fucking rug, you know. And something tell me right now. I had that weird feeling that Charlie Kirk's assassination is going to be a cover up, and it's not good. It's not looking good, man. It's not. Um, they're saying that his wife that's by the casket that Charlie Kirk ain't dead. He's plastic. So I'm like, you know what? I I don't like this. I really don't like this. I don't. Um, I'm really hating this shit. Um, the internet is evil. Okay, it's evil. It is. It is fucking evil, man. It is. It's evil, dude. You know, evil. It's just absolutely fucking evil, man. You know. The internet makes people stupid. It does. Oh, I'll see here. Let's see here. Are you fucking kidding me? Assassin of conservative Charlie Kirk to the Democratic Socialists of America, the DSA. According to sources familiar with the ongoing probe, Robinson received multiple wire transfers from DSA affiliated accounts in Orem, Utah. The funds totaling over $50,000 were funneled through shell organizations for community organizing efforts, but appear to have directly supported Robinson's logistics, including travel and weapon acquisition. Prominent DSA members, including AOC and New York Assembly member Zoran Mamdani, have been named in internal FBI documents as key figures in the group's leadership during the period of the transfers. They have neither commented publicly on the allegations. The FBI, in coordination with the Utah state agencies, has expanded its investigation into multiple leftist organizations for possible advanced knowledge of the plot, with Axios reporting that probes now include scrutiny of post-assassination material support provided by Robinson's network. We already knew that. The plot thickened as evidence emerged of continued DSA funding to Robinson even after development that has. This is. I don't know what. I do not know what to say here, man.
It seems right now, in all likelihood, there was foreknowledge of the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and some are suggesting that a terror cell, transgender ideology, is responsible for this attack, that it was not just a single individual. The Washington Free Beacon reports the FBI is investigating social media accounts that appear to indicate foreknowledge of the Kirk assassination. The New York Post has reported that neighbors noticed a few weeks before the assassination several strange vehicles were at his home with out-of-state plates, giving off not a good vibe. And then, of course, we have numerous social media posts from the roommate slash boyfriend lover, however you describe the individual. Let's read from the Free Beacon. They say exclusive, FBI investigating social media accounts that appeared to indicate foreknowledge of Kirk assassination. The Federal Bureau of Investigation is investigating social media posts by at least 7 different accounts that appear to indicate foreknowledge of the assassination of Kirk, according to 3 people familiar with the investigation. The posts, one of which referenced the date of Kirk's assassination, September 10th, more than a month before it took place, were all deleted in the days following the killing. Several of the accounts appear to belong to trans individuals, and at least one of them followed suspect Tyler Robinson's roommate, with whom Robinson was allegedly in a relationship on TikTok. The FBI has received archived copies of the posts, according to a person who flagged them for the agency. Screenshots of the posts have been circulating online but had not been previously authenticated. While the posts do not establish that any of the individuals knew or conspired with Robinson, the 22-year-old gunman who allegedly shot Kirk, several of them mention the conservative activist by name and fantasize about his death. One said, it'd be funny, so on September 3rd of this year, it'd be funny if someone like Charlie Kirk, they go on to say, lost his life on September 10th, LMAO. And then they wrote, Donald Trump, December 14th. Another account posted on August 6th, more than a month before. September 10th will be a very interesting day. After Kirk's assassination, the account followed up, I plead the 5th. The Morgan quip was reposted by an account, Cherbum, who appears to follow Robinson's roommate, Lance Twiggs, on TikTok, where Twiggs' username is Lanklodal. They say minutes after Kirk was pronounced dead, Cherbum posted, we effing did it. Several of the accounts under investigation appear to be associated with LGBT subcultures. One individual, Osamu, blah, 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 I can read the full name. They say a reference to an anime said, well, that's that. They had posted 5 days before the shooting. You guys, I have something big coming soon. Just be sure to check the news. You'll know it when you see it. And then, quote tweeting this the day Kirk got shot, saying, well, that's that. Gulp, another chud bites the dust, they said. Another user who had wished death on Kirk predicted something big will happen, saying, let's just say something big will happen tomorrow. They knew.
This has to be the 6th or the 7th shooting done by a gay or transgender. Well, let's just say trans, whatever. But the last ones that happened by a transgender individual had a manifesto. What the manifesto would have read what's in the person's mind and the reason why. This is the Usha Vance News. She's facing attack for standing strong for Charlie Kirk's mission. You stand with Erica Kirk. Look, this is just straight up bullshit, man. Okay, this James Lee since Charlie Kirk's assassination, 250 U.S. legislators are in Israel promoting the 50-state One Israel project. House banned the Pentagon from boycotting Israel. $650 million aid to Israel. The bill proposed to revoke U.S. passports for Israel critics. This is from Hustle Bitch on X. Breaking. Assassination site wiped clean. A video just posted 2 hours ago shows the UVU crime scene where Kirk was assassinated has been completely ripped apart everything has been cleared out, and construction is nearly underway. "250 American legislators in Israel right now at a 50-state, one Israel delegation being serenaded with Somewhere Over the Rainbow song as a Project Monarch trigger for mind control and ultra slaves to activate them to do bidding against their will. Nothing to see here. "50 states, one Israel." What the fuck is that? By Dr. Simon Godek on X. The New York Post. This is the teacher allegedly showed Charlie Kirk's assassination videos. Um, Teacher allegedly showed Charlie Kirk's assassination video to 10 11-year-olds. Told students he deserved to be killed. Here you go, girls.
What I'm saying is we don't need it. What is interesting here is why is only this happening on the left and not the right? That's all we need to know.
What about
There's absolutely no cognitive.
What about Melissa Hortman? That we just
Okay, you want to
talked
talk about Melissa Hortman? Did you know her name before it happened? None of us did. None of us were spending every single day talking about Mrs. Hortman. I never heard of her until after she died.
Doesn't matter.
Don't play that bullshit with me. You know what I'm saying is there was no demonization amplification about that woman before she died. It was a specific crime against her by somebody who knew her. The same thing, you could bring up Josh Shapiro, but then you will not bring up, for example, that was a pro-Palestine person. So don't use your, what about this? The fact of the matter is the both sides argument not only doesn't fly, we don't care. We don't care about your both sides argument. That shit is dead. For one thing, there is no cognitive dissonance on our side. On your side, your beliefs do not match reality. So you're coming up with these rationalizations like, what about this? Or what about that? We're not doing that because we saw it happen. We saw a young, bright man assassinated, and we know who did it. We are not coming up with rationalizations. We are calm, we are honest, and we are resolute. We're not defensive, and I understand the defensiveness. I understand why people are saying, what about this and what about this? Because if you have to face the underlying fact to this, your life is going to fall apart because you're going to realize you're not the good guys. If you sat around and you defended the mutilation of children, you're not the good guys. If you sat 600, 700 cases of harassment against Republicans and you said, but what about this? What about this? And then you see this murder after calling somebody a fascist, you realize maybe I'm not the good guy. That is a hell of a realization to deal with. So Therefore, you have to grasp at rationalizations. You don't have to do that, Jessica. They do. I don't believe you're part of that group, but why the hell do you have to mimic and echo that crap to us? He was a patsy. That guy was a patsy. He was under the hypnotic spell of a direct-to-consumer nihilism, the trans cult, and you know that. If you can decide that biology is false, you can agree that murder is okay and that humanity is expendable. How you cannot see that alone and see that for what the evil it is without having to attach all of these other things is beyond me.
I just want to be clear. I want to let people speak. I in no way intended at all to minimize what happened to Charlie. I was horrified by it. I have not been on the five
But the
since
two
then.
sides argument, well, it's like
all I
Latin to a
requested,
duck.
no, all that I was saying is could we have all of the information before you just say they did this? Because that is a broad brush to paint with this. And this kid
Let's have a conversation.
No.
Charlie had a conversation. He got shot. Look, I'm sorry, Jessica. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You weren't here for a week. You came in here and it's cold. And I'm sorry, but this is a story that is immune to news cycles. It's immune to rationalizations. It's immune to bias. This thing is with us for good. And we all have to deal with that. So that means we can't live by the same arguments that you might be reading about relativism among the media. We can't deal with those stories. It doesn't matter. The media is dead to us on the story. They built this thing up. We're dealing with it. We're going to act. We don't care what the whataboutism is anymore. That shit's dead. Sorry. For the swearing as well.
Yeah, that's absolutely it's making no sense, man. None of it's making any sense, man. I mean, do we have all the information besides of what we do know? It's just that it's insane. Okay, this is Eric Doherty on X. Breaking: over 100 teachers in Texas will now have their teaching certifications suspended and become eligible to teach in Texas public schools after they endorse Charlie Kirk's assassination and incite more violence. This is a big huge. It's huge, man. It's huge. I mean, dude, it's I could sit here and just absolutely say blah 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 blah. No. Um, um, this is from Colin Rugg on X. Just in, Kath Owens claims threats were made to Charlie Kirk during intense intervention with Bill Ackerman in the Hamptons weeks ago. Owens claims Kirk was having a change of heart on Israel before his death and says he was contacted by Bibi Netanyahu. I know that. I know that Charlie was offered tons of money in this moment, a ton of money. Ackerman has defended this claim, calling them totally false. The little woman responded, "That is not true, and it's a disservice to Charlie and his wife, who was grieving on planning her husband's funeral." Also, Ackerman offered $1 million as a reward to whoever had information about Charlie Kirk's assassination, how much did you offer Kent Owens? $0. Right. This is just absolute. Now, the Tyler Robinson dad was offered $100,000 for turning in his son. Um, so allegedly he gave it to the. Okay, this is Jesse Waters breaking Fox News alert. This 5 hours ago. Charlie Kirk's assassin is on suicide watch. Tyler Robinson is refusing to cooperate, and the FBI is trying to crack into his phone. The shooter reportedly admitted to the murder, saying, "Hey guys, I have bad news for all of you. It was me at UBU." You know that this is just insane, man. This is just this asshole attempted to ruin a Charlie Kirk memorial and got bear sprayed for his trouble, and he cried like a little bitch.
Yeah, but at the same time, I tell everybody they know that sheep going towards the flock. Yeah. And that's God. You walk up. I'm sorry, where his eye is. Go spray paint. Just walk up, start spraying it. Everybody jumped in.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you fuck with proud Americans. You get your ass beat. This is what happens. This is what happens when you do this shit in Pensacola. You get your ass fucking beat. Look at this little bitch. Crying like a little bitch. Being held. I want my mommy. Well, maybe next time you don't go down to a fucking memorial and try to spray paint and be disrespectful. This is what you get. When will you guys learn? When will you guys learn? When will you guys learn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, well, I mean, come on, man. I mean, the guy is no longer here. He's in heaven. His wife is trying to, get funeral arrangements done. And people are wondering how Charlie Kirk, assassin, suspect, and trans lover afforded rent in a large St. George, Utah apartment. If neither appeared to work full time, the home is owned by Twig's Family Partnership, Unmasking Luna. Yeah, this is just insane, man. Okay, this from Representative, Representative Nancy Mace. Warning: graphic language. Um, um, viewer, viewer, viewer discretion be advised. Okay. Okay. This is a few voicemails our office received in the wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination. The day you die is going to be such more amazing. Okay, here we go. It's going to be much more than a holiday, the September 10th, which is going to be known as Charlie Got Killed Day. I'm definitely looking forward to Nancy Get Killed Day. Hopefully sooner than later. He deserved it.
In public, I tried to call your Beaufort office and that number's not working. Some oopsie boo boo, you may want to get it fixed. So all these Democrats can keep calling you and putting your feelings. I guess Daddy Trump keeps calling.
Again, viewer discretion be advised.
Every time you suck his mushroom dick, that just makes you happy, I'm sure. Like, I don't understand how you can continue to play the victim and act like the Democrats are so evil and so wrong. Think that we care about him, and it's laughable you think we care about you. Like, the day that you die is going to be such an amazing day. It's going to be even more of a holiday than September 10th, which is now going to be known as Charlie Got Killed Day. So I'm definitely looking forward to Nancy Got Killed Day, hopefully sooner rather than later. And, you know, plastic doesn't decompose, so your body's going to be around for a lot longer. Just thinking about you, you ugly. Hope you die soon. So die. I'm happy my ass that Charlie Kirk deserved what he got. No regrets. He deserved it. She's nothing but a raging evil. There's something wrong with her. She belongs in a sane asylum. That's where that stupid. That kind of language in public, when I was raised, my mom would have washed my mouth out with soap. It's just disgusting how vitriolic and violent the rhetoric is on the right. MAGA be winning. MAGA be winning bigly. Bigly, bigly.
Again, viewer discretion be advised. Yeah. Most of this shit, you know, it's just that it's getting bad. It's getting bad, man. It's just like really insane, man. It's really Makes no sense. Don't. Viewer discretion be advised. I'll put that in the thing. All right, all right, guys. My name is Reverend Ordo, and this has been the Anonymous and the Money Network. If you're new to this channel, subscribe, like, comment below, hit the bell for notification. Always live healthy, happy, and wise. I love you guys. And I'll see you next time in the next video. Peace out. Godspeed. Buddha bless.